everybody, and welcome to Lauri Albert's A Happy Medium. My wish and goal is to provide you with insight on developing your own spiritual gifts, as well as inspiration into creating a life of happiness that you deserve and crave. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the series. I am having so much fun today. It is the beautiful day out here. It's Saturday, or no, it's not. It's Sunday. What am I saying? It's Sunday, and it's a beautiful day. Sometimes the clouds come in and out, which is awesome, right? Temperature's down finally for here in Los Angeles. Awesome, right? So we're having a great weekend, and it's, you know what? It's been a great energetic weekend as well. So feeling good, right? So on this particular show, what I'm going to do is I have a few things to tell you, but then I'm going to answer some questions that I've been getting. I asked for people to email me questions, and you did. Thank you so much. And I have some questions that I'll answer about what it's like to be medium and that sort of thing. And then I have a couple spirit stories that I'm going to share with you. So hope you enjoy. And I did want to talk about first, before I do anything, oh, you guys are going to love this. October is shaping up to be a crazy month, right? Energetically. It's going to be really, really interesting. First of all, from October 4th through the 25th, Mercury is going to be in retrograde. Yay! Now, I know if you follow me on Facebook, you probably know that, I try to warn everybody, but you know what? And I know that a lot of people get all like, oh crap, it's Mercury going into retrograde again. But you know what? As long as we're prepared, as long as we know that things are going to be a little nutty, like people driving are just going to be a little nutty, right? Back up your computer, because technologically things are going to break. If things are on the cusp of breaking, they will do so during Mercury retrograde. Sorry, but that's usually the case, unless you get really lucky, right? And then anyway, so be prepared for that. That's through the 25th. And then this is really cool. There's going to be a lunar eclipse on the 8th of October. Love the energy around eclipses. First of all, I always put out all my crystals out in the moonlight so they can get energized and stuff. I love that, right? And then, so that's the October 8th. That's a lunar eclipse. And then the 23rd, there's going to be a solar eclipse. So I'm so excited about these, like, and the energy that it brings and stuff. I'd be anxious to see the sort of the energy, considering it's Mercury in retrograde and the solar and the lunar eclipses. Is going to be really interesting. So, but here's the deal. I am not an astrologer. So people ask me questions like, oh, what about this? And I'm not an astrologer. I don't know. However, I do know energy, and I know how I feel when there's an eclipse. I know energetically how I feel when Mercury's in retrograde. Oh yeah. And again, just preparing myself, right? So, and that's all that we need to do. If you're aware and you find your temper going a little bit berserk, like you're like, I'm going to kill somebody, that might be the energy. So just take a breath and go, oh, you know what? I'll bet that's what it is. And for some reason, for me anyway, it sort of changes my mindset. So I hope that does the same thing for you. So, okay. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say about the eclipses was I'm pretty sure that if you're in Los Angeles, or at least the sort of southwestern part of the United States, I think you'll be able to see the eclipses. So that'll be kind of cool. So be aware of that, and like go out and watch. There's a good chance that the other countries and that sort of thing, you'll be able to watch it as well. So be aware of that. Okay, so on to the questions that I've received. I love it. I love questions, and I love answering them. And thank you for everybody that emailed me questions. And I won't get to all of them, but here's a few. Okay, the first question, and I thought this was so apropos, because I talk about wanting to help you guys develop your spiritual gifts, right? And I thought this first question was quite apropos for that. The question is, what is it like for a spirit when you die or when you cross over? Very great question. And I say that because, and this is a really good question for people just getting into spiritual work, if you're realizing that you have these gifts and that sort of thing. This is a really good question. I have learned so much from my spirit guides, from friends' spirit guides. I go to a development circle where there's a whole bunch of mediums in there, and we sort of compare stories and share information and stuff. And I'll tell you, the spirits on the other side, they want to teach us what it's like, right? So basically what I have learned from all of the sources and all the years that I've been doing this, basically what I've learned is that, when we're getting close to the time when it looks like that we're going to cross over, okay? We don't know the time. Mediums specifically, nobody knows the time. It's between you, your spirit, and God, right? Or whatever you want to call God, universe, spirit, whatever you want to call. You go through sort of a process of preparation, I want to say. And it could be conscious. It could be unconscious, or subconscious, I should say. And, you might not realize what's happening, but I think that's what is happening, right? And then I think at the moment, from what I understand from spirits that have spoken to me about it, is, when you actually cross over and your spirit leaves your body, there is no more pain, right? And the beauty of this is we do have so many people on the other side that are there for us when we cross. How cool is that? I love that, right? There's going to be so many people there and so much love. So much love. It's just like a big old ball of love over there, right? And this whole unconditional universal love thing, that's what it's like. I can't wait. I know that sounds terrible, but I can't wait. I'm having a great time on Earth. Don't get me wrong. I'm not planning on going anywhere for a while, but it'll be kind of, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not scared of it like I used to be, right? When you're a kid, you get scared of that stuff, So anyway, so that's what I believe it's like and what I've been told. Obviously, I don't know for sure because I haven't passed yet. So, okay, so the next question that I received, this is another really good one. Is it hard talking to skeptics? I love talking to skeptics. Love talking to skeptics. When somebody says to me, "Oh, well, I'm a skeptic, but I have an open mind, and I think, whatever." I love it because they're inquisitive. They ask questions. They want to know what the reality is. What is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? And I just love that because they're curious. They're open-minded. They're truly open-minded, right? Sometimes I'll have readings and the person will say, "Oh, I'm very open-minded. I'm open to whatever." They're the hardest ones to reach, right? Because there's some sort of wall there that we don't necessarily, it's difficult to cross, right? And those readings are hard for me, the medium, because they have a wall up. And, I did a reading a while back, and this lady was, she said, "Oh, I'm very open-minded. I'm very open-minded." And I was like, "Okay, great." And I started telling her what her, I think it was aunt was telling her. And she was like, "She wouldn't be telling me that." And I said, "Well, I'm sorry, but this is what I'm getting. If you think that this is your aunt," which, it was pretty clear that it was, "then this is what I just didn't know her to be that way." And I said, "Well, that's what she's coming across as. We all develop and we all change on the other side. So that's what happens, But, so anyway, so yeah, skeptics are great. It's, you just have to really just ask me questions. Again, like I said, ask questions. It's great. I hopefully will have an answer. And if I don't have an answer, which, I don't know that I would or wouldn't, but, if I don't have an answer, I'll find out the answer. So there you go. Anyway, so the next question is, do your own deceased relatives communicate with you on the other side? And the answer is, oh, yes, they do. So much fun. Oh, my gosh. And you know what? It's crazy because, actually, it's several years ago at this point, I think. But several years ago, I was at a development circle, and my great uncle came through, and he died when I was 2. He was a priest, actually, or a Monsignor, so he was very spiritual, very religious, the whole thing. And he came through, and it was really cool. It was really awesome. And he was with me for a while, and he helped me get through certain things for a while, and it was really cool. So I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. And lately, oh my gosh, my paternal grandmother has been with me lately. Oh my goodness. It's been very interesting because lately, I've been going through this sort of preparation, I think, to go to another phase of my spirituality, which happens all the time. I mean, there are endless levels of spirituality that you go through. I think when you're, when you're medium, psychic, or even if you're just spiritual, you always are going through development, right? And I think I'm getting ready to go through this next phase, I guess you could say, and my grandmother has made it very clear that she's here with me. And so I just love that. Oh my God, I feel so loved. Like that unconditional love. It's just awesome, right? And the other day was actually, on Friday was my father's birthday. He would have been, what did I say? He would have been 83 on Friday. And he came through just yesterday. And actually, this leads me to a spirit story, and I'll just go ahead and tell you guys this right now because it is the funniest thing. I told this to my husband yesterday when I got home from the gym, and he was like, "You're nuts." Well, he didn't say that, but he was looking at me that way. But anyway, so what happened is that I was at the gym and I was on the elliptical, and I had really high energy yesterday, which is great. When you're at the gym, you need to have good high energy to get through the workout. So I'm on the elliptical and I'm doing my thing, and I have music on, and I like to have music on that's like steady beat so that I can, be on there and do what I need to do. And I all of a sudden, my spirit guide, Kirk, was in front of me, and then there was my dad next to him. And because I keep my eyes closed, so I was able to sort of see it. It wasn't like an apparition in front of me. But all of a sudden, Kirk started dancing. He's like dancing to the music right in front of me. And I think it was to keep me energized to continue on to the next, keep going to the end, kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, my dad started kind of dancing. Not in the same way Kirk was, but my dad was not a dancer. Not at all, right? Unless he had a couple of drinks. We've seen him get up at the Greek restaurant and do the dancing, that they do it. But I've seen that. That's the extent of dancing as far as dad went, right? So it was just so cool because there was my dad kind of dancing, doing his thing. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it really got me through the workout. And they're helping me. Isn't that great? They're helping to keep me motivated to work out as much as possible. Isn't that great? But I have to say, I was laughing so hard by the end of it that the guy beside me was like looking at me like, what's wrong with that girl? Of course, who knows what relatives were with him. So at any rate, I thought that was kind of a fun spirit story. That was a really good one, actually. And then the last question that I'm going to answer for today is of the famous mediums, who do I look up to and why? And I got to tell you, right outside the box, who I love is John Edward. John Edward he's just got so much integrity about this. And when you're picking a medium or a psychic that you want to go to, that's what you want. You don't want to get a psychic or a medium in there. We'll talk about this on another show, but you don't want to talk about, you don't want to go to a psychic or a medium that you don't feel comfortable with. You got to vibe with these people, right? Because that's how you're going to get a really good reading. Okay. Anyway, John Edward is just fantastic. I've always thought there was something kind of feeling between the two of us, not like feeling, but very, I feel like he's a good guy, right? And I happened to be at a taping that he was with several years ago. And he was like, oh, there's a symbol. He was giving somebody a reading. He was like, oh, that's a new symbol for me. I'll have to keep that in my mind. And I thought, this guy's been doing this for years. And then he comes and has it that it's a new symbol for him. So I just thought that was cool. And then I love James Van Praagh, and I love... I don't know. I love John Holland too. I've just sort of am getting into him a little bit. Robert Brown, I just think he's incredible. These people are all high integrity. I got to be honest. They're real high integrity. They give it as they get it. And that's a key thing for mediums. So anyway, those are my stories and those are my questions. And quick, easy and short today. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it.